Now, the ceremony of the name tags. To you, Frost, I present to you the Ice name tag. Charisma, I present to you the Heart name tag. And Bobo, I present to you the Shit name tag. And officially christen you a Slack Off the Show.
Live from the Elite Ringside Network studios
in Wausau, Wisconsin, where we're allowed to be!
I really still don't feel comfortable with this. I've got a name tag.
Yeah, it's
it
weird.
Feels wrong.
Well, anyway, this is a Slack Off the Show with your host, Bobo,
Charisma,
and the guy who still can't talk,
Frost.
Ribbit.
Fuck you all.
Hello, everyone. This is Bobo. Welcome to a Slack Off the Show live on Spreaker.com, iTunesPlayer.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, Google Play, Castbox.fm, and the Satchel Player for your Android and iPhone. We are, of course, proud members of the Elite Ringside Network.
One of these days, you're going to be able to do it without the paper. I'm going to be super impressed.
I'm going to be super impressed, too, because
the thing that confuses me is when you do it, is it iTunesPlayer.fm or is it iTunes space Player.fm? Because it sounds like you're saying iTunesPlayer.fm.
It's iTunesPlayer.fm, but I could barely hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
I'm going to fucking kill you.
No, you're not, because you're sick.
Move closer to the mic. I don't think they can hear you.
Actually, I can hear him the best.
Bullshit!
Well, I'm also a foot away from the goddamn mic, okay?
Well, whose fault is that?
I'm practically eating the damn
layout
thing.
of our apartment.
Now, see everybody? Dan's gonna be the one to put the mic inside of his mouth and make the funny noises till it ends.
Things that make you go.
No one wants to see that. No one wants to hear
that. It's a good
that.
thing they wouldn't be seeing it.
No one wants to hear it either, trust me.
True.
No, that's pretty much what's happening tonight. Right now. You're just gonna make all the weird little noises until we're done.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're not going to be able to hear him the entire night. That's okay.
That or we're gonna have Batman.
Well, you know... So we had an entire episode where it was basically him and Max. You know, you and I chimed in when we could. I mean, the first part of the show was us, a lot of it. You know, and then
all of a sudden, Max and Frost there just went, bouncing baby boys, I wanna talk! It was like two gossip bitches. Isn't that the name of that show, Gossip Bitches?
I don't fucking know.
Gossip
you
Girl?
Yeah, Gossip Bitches.
That thing?
Yeah, that their thing. I mean,
that thing
if
based
you like
off of a series of
cool.
fucking terrible books that my
care,
sister fucking loved.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, it could be worse.
We all make bad decisions at some points in our lives.
You know, I thought I made a bad decision by starting watching Riverdale. At which point, I then kicked myself for stating that I didn't watch it. I didn't start it earlier because it's probably one of my favorite shows on TV right now.
Okay then. So we have a show lined up.
We do, apparently. I'm not sure what we're doing. I'm just here.
Well, you know, that's nothing new.
Are you sure you're here?
Are you?
Don't make me question this right now. This isn't the time.
Well,
You don't want to have that conversation with me.
We have some What a Dick stories.
What a dick.
What a dick! We have a website. Well,
there's a website.
There's a website.
There's a website. There's a website for the Elite Ringside Network that we are now happily a part of, and out of just the weirdest unceremonial craziness after drugging him and making him fall asleep on the couch for half the show last week, Max decided to let us join the network officially. You know, maybe he applauds our ingenuity. I don't fucking know.
I don't think it was just his decision. I mean, I think, you know, I don't want to make it sound like it was just his decision, but we do thank everybody, you know, at the Elite Ringside Network here for giving us our shot.
We really appreciate it.
We really do.
We really do, and I do apologize if I sound absolutely unenthusiastic about it, but I really
He's
can't
going
muster.
between sounding like he's got a face stuffed full of snot and like a prepubescent boy, and then you got Batman. This is the best.
And then you got that guy from that show.
What show?
Operation Overdrive.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Thank you! Thank you!
You did it.
Oh,
You did
God.
To
He
that,
steps
I
right
just
into
simply
it.
fucking show you this picture again.
So we're gonna with that, with the so
Are we
everybody
jumping
knows
right
why I
into
almost
the
bought.
dick?
We're gonna.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and jump right into a dick? I mean, I'm sure we
You
can
don't jump
find
into it, you jump onto it. Because if you're jumping into it, there's some issues with that pee hole that I don't want a part of.
Bow,
Oh boy.
Chicka.
Oh boy.
So we went to that place, now we're going on to dicks.
Oh, by the way, I don't know
Wait,
if you listened to
more
the.
dicks.
Did you listen to the cast the smack talk last night?
I did not get a chance to.
Okay, so I gotta give a shout out to Max and Spencer because they did the Bow Chicka Wrong cast.
Oh my god.
They did the
Yes!
Bow Chicka Wrong cast.
That makes me so happy. Yeah, no, I was busy seeing Beauty and the Beast last night.
But oh my god, it was hilarious. Speaking of that, did you want to talk about that tonight?
A little bit.
Okay,
Don't
okay,
picky
sounds
too.
good. Sounds good. All right. Then let's jump right into
What a dick! Alright. Start it
So-
off, Frost Man.
Alright.
Can we preface this story? Okay. On the website, we have a blog. I'm going to throw this story up there just for the satisfaction of people seeing that fucking face. That fucking mugshot! Oh.
This fucking
By the way,
mugshot.
everyone, say hi to our wonderful producer, Spencer Hart.
Hello.
Hi, Spencer.
No, this mugshot is probably the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
The most
Wow.
retarded thing I've ever seen in my
Wow, you've seen some pretty horrible things.
Considering what she did, you would not question her actions or her mental state.
It's more the fact she looks like a herpaderpaderpader.
Cross-eyed teeth, man.
That and crazy as shit, which is what she's going for. I get it, but
Alright,
seriously. Moving on.
so, here's a story coming out of Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, Detroit. Stick to making cars, guys. You
A lot
do
of
it
bad
well.
things came out of Detroit.
A 45-year-old woman was arrested by officers of the Detroit Police Department for allegedly capturing numerous squirrels and training them to attack her former lover. How this woman had a former lover in the first place.
Wow. You know,
That's a valid question.
I almost snorted.
I mean, she's 45, he's 51, so maybe...
Yeah, we don't know what he looks like.
True enough.
You know, I almost snorted Monster mixed with blue raspberry. I think it's vodka. And Mountain Dew out my nose when you said that.
Alright, well anyway, her victim was a 51-year-old ex-boyfriend who was presumably attacked by rodents on more than a dozen occasions over... Fuck off! More than a dozen occasions over the last month. These attacks caused him many serious injuries, including the loss of 2 fingers and a testicle, because the squirrels bit them off.
Wow.
The poor man had no idea why it was happening, until during one of the attacks, he saw his ex-girlfriend crouched behind a bush, cheering the squirrels on.
Wow.
He reported it to the police. This is where, obviously the story is just fucking insane anyway. He reported it to the police, who then searched her home to find 12 cages where 27 squirrels were held captive and trained. 27.
Not 26.
27 squirrels.
28.
27 squirrels in Detroit.
That's pretty impressive.
Anyway, in her residence, they found the 12 cages holding the 27 squirrels. They also found 2 training dummies with his face taped on their heads.
Wow.
Yup.
She went that extra mile.
Here's the reason why, and okay, this is the best part. Guess what this woman did before she started, going complete...
Squirrels? What?
She worked for the circus training lions.
Why? Okay, that's probably how she got a boyfriend. She had an interesting fucking story, and that Snatch caught it for a little while.
She used to train lions for the circus, so it was easy for her to make the animals do as she wanted. Apparently, she hoped to raise an army of at least 50 to 100 animals to attack this man.
So she wanted to watch him get eaten alive by animals.
Here's the thing, though. Her lawyers are, quite, normally and, without much of a question, asking her to go under psychological evaluation because they think she might be unfit to stand trial.
Because she's fucking crazy.
But do you know the reason why they think she's not fit?
Why?
Because she chose to use squirrels instead of, and I quote, dogs or bears.
Yeah, because again, bears would have been the saner option.
I'm sorry, but I can understand why she chose squirrels if she was going for 50 to 100. Because first off, do you know how fucking hard it is to train 2 dogs at one time?
Impossible.
Next to impossible because they learn differently. But then you go into the fact that they specifically mentioned bears. First off, where the fuck are you going to find 20 bears in Detroit? How are you going to
find one bear in Detroit?
She worked for a circus.
Yeah. Okay.
So there will be circus bears. But here's the thing. She faces up to 65 years in prison for this.
That's righteous. But you realize we just lost any listenership in Detroit ever, right?
Why?
Because Bob and I were making very disparaging jokes about the city, and that's bad.
I'm kind of okay with that.
Here's another picture I want to show you. I'm not going to read this story because it's actually kind of depressing. But this is another picture I saw with around that same headline.
Jesus, what is he on?
It looks like one of my friends when he's bored. It really does. It looks like Moose when he's bored. When Moose is bored, that's what he looks like.
Anyway, we're not going to go into this story because this story is fucking tragic.
Wait, hold on though. That's why we're going to go into the fact that, what do we call this lady? Well, I think it is best said
I think our producer...
that she is...
What a dick!
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
My turn. Now, this is an older story, but it's been circulating around Facebook a lot, and it kind of made me interested. It's from 2012, but it's been circulating around Facebook hardcore. Husband is pulled over for rushing wife in labor to the hospital. So this man's wife's water had already broken, and he was getting followed by the police. Lights on. He called 911 in hopes that he could tell the dispatcher, "Hey, can you tell this officer behind me, who called in this license plate number, blah 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 blah, that I'm rushing my wife over into labor?" And the lady said, "Well, pull over. He will, and they'll deal with it accordingly."
Okay.
Proceeded to. The man was pulled out of the car. I think pulled out of the car. I'm not 100% sure. Getting out of the car and dropping to the ground. Police officer was screaming at me, the man told NBC. Sirens are left on, but it sounded like there was a possibility of me getting shot. So I rolled down onto the ground, and at that time, he ran over at me at gunpoint and put his knee in my back and cuffed me.
The fuck?
This man's wife is in labor in the goddamn passenger seat. He tried explaining it. The man said, one of them said, it was multiple police officers, one of them said, "I don't care, you pull over." They eventually called for an ambulance. And 3 minutes after the ambulance got her to the hospital, she had the baby.
That must have been an interesting ambulance ride.
Going through contractions? Yeah. Going through contractions sucks. In an ambulance? Fuck that.